Hail and Meshes Kingdom, welcome to Elden Ring, and I'm going to Limgrave to make most overpowered gods build possible. I will be using great swords throughout the game to completely dominate my enemies, and even stun looking and basically two-shotting Michaela. Yeah, but everything started from this guy in tutorial level. I just used charge attack and destroyed him. Haven't played Elden Ring in a while, and my goal here was to remember controls, but actual goal for this video is to get 100% achievements in Elden Ring. Not for this video exactly, but I decided to get all achievements. And rarest achievement is Lord of Frenzied Flame. To get it, I basically need to beat the game. Sounds easy, right? But Elden Ring is really hard game. It basically greets you with an enemy who just one-shotted me, like that. But I'm Spot, and my goal is to break Elden Ring not with skills, but with overpowered build. And instead of fighting, I just went north and found first Site of Grace. That's the Site of Grace where I will meet Michaela, or whoever she is, and she will give me my mount. Now I can travel faster, but I instantly teleported back to First Church to talk with Rani and get my summons ready. Then a little bit of preparation. I went in the first camp and got my weapon. It will be flail, and no, it's not a weapon I will be using today. My starting road is mapped out in this video on my second channel. How to get this OP build very fast, and full road with leveling takes about an hour. But coolest part, I don't need loads of items to begin with. Basically, I'm starting with Axe Talisman in this starting area near the Limgrave. I just need to sneak out behind the bear, and I got the Axe Talisman in the chest. This talisman is really cool because it will increase power of my charge attacks. In the same place there's a big tree, and that's where I got my cracked tears. They will be used to mix wondrous physique, and they will increase power of charge attacks against bosses even more. Then it's time for our bread and butter, great sword, and I put a desperate move because we're in a really high level area. So step 1 I open chest, step 2 I get great sword, and step 3 I die to these stupid dogs because they so overpowered for me right now. Last but not least, we don't need to forget buffs, and I went over here in this little fort to get Flame Grant Me Strength. These two guys trying to defend this super very cool magic, and they did kinda good job, but still I got my magic. And to use all of this stuff I need a plan how to level up. But overall plan to begin with is pretty simple. I'm using these secret teleports to get to Grail Dragon Barrow. It's an game location with bunch of graveyards that will give me a lot of free runes. And runes are really essential because I can level up with them, get more health, and therefore die less often against really powerful bosses. And to beat Elden Ring I actually need to defeat loads of them. I stopped in Kelet in Fort Farad. Very special location indeed. I'm just going inside and running past every enemy I see. After climbing ladder and opening chest, I got Dexus Medallion right, which will be necessary later, but for now I'm just running inside the fort and getting Radagon Source Seal, which is a talisman that gives me 5 strength, 5 dexterity, and that's honestly everything I need for now. That's why I surrendered to this stupid threat. Setup is ready and I just equip my flail. However, I need high dexterity to use it. Well, it's not a problem. I visited lots of graveyards on my way and got bunch of runes that I can use right now. I'm dropping some points in dexterity up to 14. And this is enough to equip flail and use it correctly with Radagon Source Seal. After taking a closer look around me near Fort Farad there's a big dragon tail. That's the tail I will be smashing with my flail for the next few minutes. And yeah, it doesn't look like I can kill him. But don't forget, flail is a bleed weapon, and every now and then it deals 10% of total health as damage. And after beating this big fella from the back of my horse, I running towards Site of Grace. Yeah, after touching Site of Grace, the dragon will actually reset, but I still will get my runes. As you can guess, I can rinse and repeat as much as I like to level up as much as I wish. More detailed guide on how to get a lot of runes in the description, because there's few more ways how to get even more runes. But this place is more than enough to get stats that I need, level up, and get ready for revenge against this knight on the horse. Oh, 2 attacks for critical strike, oh my goodness. Which is pretty crazy if you ask me, and I decided to go and beat Stormwheel Castle bosses. Just look at this poor dude. Oh, what a poor Margit. The next on my list is GODLIKE. He is another boss in Stormwind Castle. He got a little bit more health than Mr. Margit, but just like him, in few hits he goes into second stage. Oh, stage number 2, of course. He's pretty crazy, but also weak, because he's like not too fast. Critical strike. Come on, where is my critical strike? I'm too slow for him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we did it. After this fight, I understood, yeah, to beat the game and get achievement, I actually need more power. And I went to the Stormwind Castle and explored it a little bit by taking revenge against this tutorial boss and, most importantly, taking one really secret item near this painting. It's Highland Axe, and it's the key to make build extremely overpowered at the next stage. Then I went into ruins in the Limgrave. Yeah, it's pretty easy low-level ruins. After reaching boss area, there's a big troll, and he possesses item I need. Let's see how the fight will go. Okay, Mr. Troll. I hope I can stun him. Oh, I don't even need to. This build is so crazy. But we get raw medallion. That's another part. To completely break the build. And to finally, actually completely break it, I will go to this small dot in the Urnia of Lakes. There will be a little small shack, of course. So, this small shack is the home of Mr. Crab Boiler. How I call him. Basically, this dude is pretty cool NPC, and he boils crabs and lobsters, and you can advance through the storyline and actually buy a bunch of cool stuff from him. Then he will move to the next location, and it's one of the best body buffs in the game, but we don't need it for our today's build. What we need is something that is on him. That's why basically you see what I'm doing right now. Oh, stop healing, Mr. Blackguard. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He got 2 balls, iron balls on his hands, and we will pick up everything. Now we got pretty cool and fun mask, in case you want to be a really weird dude. Anyway, what I just did is acquired his iron balls. Yeah, and by getting his balls in my hands, I got this braggart's roar. Ash of War that I will apply to my heavy great sword. Right now we're using Crack Blade, which increases poise breaking and physical damage. But this roar that I will apply with heavy affinity will do a little bit weird stuff. So we're doing this roar like that, like true guts, true berserker, and then it changes our charge R2 attack. Basically that's our heavy attack, and we're doing 1 and 2 combination. But of course there is new charged attack, and it will look like this. We charge, we hit, and then we can do 1 follow-up attack like that. I get everything I need to get inside the castle. I'm in a Radagon fight, like little wolf Radagon, not the big one, last boss, one of the last bosses actually. Okay, I hope I can land. I hope I can land. Oh! Jeez, that was cool. She's pretty easy. I just need to find ladies who's shining, like this one for example, and one shot them. Yeah, that's how it works. Now after 3 ladies down, Relana will drop down herself, and just 1 charge attack followed by 2nd charge attack, and she's almost done basically. Yeah, like that. And we need a little bit more time to charge this stuff. And now look at the damage. We bump her a little bit, and the 2nd charge attack. And critical strike, please. Oh my goodness, you're standing, lady. You're just standing still. Out. Just out. Also, I went back to round table hold because when we opened the door over here, talk with this lady, we get talisman pouch and we need never forget it. So I can use 3 talismans right now. Now, I will visit Fort Height West. And that's just a classic fort from Elden Ring Night Rain, but with a little bit more crazier enemies. Especially this pyromancer. He always tries to knock me off the ladder. No more, my friend, you're out. Boss is still pretty easy versus Bloody Slash. But most importantly, we need to go inside this chamber and on top. That's one more chest. Exactly like we found in another fort, Fort Fargot, where we leveled up. And in this chest there's Dexter's Medallion left, which will give me ability to go forward. Basically follow down this road and then... Grand Lift of Dectus. Easy as raising a coin above your hand. By reaching Altus Plateau and waiting over here, we actually trigger one event. Yeah, I'm back into Impossible Great Bridge, and now I can use this teleport over here, cross the bridge and get inside the castle insanely fast. Normally there's loads of enemies in here, but not today, as you can guess. Today is a day of grand tournament, or something like this. So I went up and decided to talk with this bro, and we of course are ready. Then I'm going inside this throne room, or something like this. And to the right side there's elevator, and this elevator will lead me to battlefield. Oh no, 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 no. Somehow I survived. This fight is pretty hard for loads of players actually. However, we will manage to deal with this fight after teleporting with one insanely sneaky tactic. So we can actually use a horse, and I'm running around and touching this yellow thingies basically. I need to avoid all his attacks. Touch all this like weird yellow stuff, and I'm basically summoning guys. I'm summoning a bunch of guys, a bunch of champions. Radan is still fighting me, but we're okay. I'm like going left and going right. Oh, we did it. Now we need to wait until champions will arrive. Yeah, so a bunch of champions will start to fight with him right now. And that's the time when I will unleash my charge attack for 1000 damage, by the way. And then a few more charge attacks for even more damage. And then I will run away because I'm too scared of this stupid Radan. He's using crack blade, so he is powerful, but look, there's a bunch of champions, everyone fighting him. And that's how you cheese this fight. Kinda cheese, I mean, it's not so hard if they help. Now he goes into his second form. We need to be extra careful and just charge around. He will arrive from the skies like a big meteor ball. Pretty cool. I like these effects. And Mr. Radan just destroyed one of my friends, but it's fine. I'm still alive. Okay. Just like that, demigod felt. But most importantly, we got a red mark on the map. It's called Starfall Crater, and it's basically like shifting errors in Elden Ring Night Rain. Let's go and investigate. And now it's not some like fun part of the video, we actually need to go over here. It doesn't look like human or even tarnished need to descend over here, but we actually do need to go down, because that's where we break the build completely. Okay, found entrance finally. I guess, yeah, we are on the right track. And here is a secret cave. No more horse in here. That's fine. Jump number 1. And there should be jump number 2. Here we are. Nokron, Eternal Seed. Yeah. That's a secret place where we need to be in, at least right now. You may say whatever you like, but in my opinion, it's one of the best level designs in all of the Elden Ring, honestly. And by following this little ladder, I could find myself in this room. Yeah, that's where I want to go right now. Basically, to continue investigating this area, I need to defeat boss behind this door. And this boss is none other than basically myself. It's Mimic Tier. Oh yeah, second flame grant me strength is what you need. As you can see, we are still fine even in this crooked place. Lateral tier, silver tier mask. That's great. And now we're getting access to the next part of this place, basically. Over here, I already can use my horse and just go forward. There will be a bunch of weird enemies that you never saw yet. Yeah, they're pretty cool. But we're here again to find one really secret place, which is located right over here. After crossing the bridge and following the main road, there will be a big monument with singing lady, and we're going to the left side. So here, behind the rocks, should be site of grace. I'm definitely taking this. Now, we can do it on a horse, but actually it's better to do it without a horse. And probably we unequip it anyway. There will be a bunch of parkour right now in this segment, but it's pretty easy still. We're going to the left, to the right, of course. Yeah. One more jump, and then this rooftop. One more jump. Oh my goodness. Okay, again, a rooftop. Now normal jump. And we're on the other side, some mimics, crazy mimics, wherever. We ignore them, going over here to the left. And crossing the gap over this kind of like bridge, or whatever it is. And that's where item located that I really need, and it's none other than Black Wet Blade. Yep, you guessed it right. We will be going for Bleed Stagger build up, and it will be crazy. So, to upgrade build and get even more power, I need to get even more runes. But where to get them? I went to Liurnia of Lakes, and exactly to this location. This is the church where the guy from the beginning, white mask dude, is located right now after beating all the bosses in Stormville Castle. He gives me quest to invade other players, but I'm playing offline. And to finish this quest offline, I went into these ruins in Altus Plateau. That's the ruins where we can invade NPC by interacting with the red sign on the floor. Kinda invading in this guy's world. I hope he will be fine with us. I will try a few buffs, and then I will try to push him a little bit and stagger him in few hits. Not lucky right now, let's push again, and done. Quest is done, and I'm getting back to the white mask dude. But he got one more for me. He gives me a white napkin and asks me to make it red, yeah, with the blood of maiden. And to finish quest, I went to one of the early locations, crossed the bridge, and this maiden sitting and doing nothing over here in Weeping Peninsula. I used Flame Grant Me Strength, Golden Wow, then drank my Wondrous Physique, replenished my mana, switched to weapons, and now I'm ready to cry. So with this cry, I will walk forward this lady and do my charge attack. Of course, I missed. Yeah, so let's do one normal attack, and as you can see, she's out pretty easily. Now the quest is done. After getting to White Mask Dude and speaking with him 2 times, he stole my finger but gave me a mark. This mark will give me ability to teleport to Mogwin Palace. So I used it right away and find myself in Mogwin Palace. Used my horse to cross Bloody River and these crazy red fish boys to reach site of grace on top of the hill. Then I went back to Round Table Hold and bought myself a bow. Also I bought some arrows from the trader in the first church in the game. Then I went back to Mogwin Palace to this site of grace. There is a bird right beneath us. I need to take aim and make my good shot. The bird will become really angry, but come on, bird don't have any brains, and she just dropped down in a river of blood and gave me loads of runes. Yeah, I can touch the site of grace, and basically bird will be resetted. I do another shot and basically rinse and repeat this process every few seconds. I'm getting more than 100,000 runes per minute. Still, I decided to have a little bit more fun, went back to Redmane Castle in Kalit and defeated this boss, because after defeating the second part of this boss, which is Crucible Knight, I will get one really secret item. It's super cool runic great sword. I respect my character at Rilana to get more strength and intelligence to use this sword. And then with this sword I just melted these fish boys, it's so much fun. And that's basically the build I'm switching to. I'm getting more arcane, but still focusing on strength, vigor and endurance. Now, when I'm pretty ready, I went down to Mogwin Palace and hunted down these invaders, white masked dudes. It wasn't so hard, and I got my reward, a white mask. Now when I wear this mask, whenever bleed procs, I will get increased damage. I don't know, but I decided to find how powerful I am right now by fighting Mog himself, in Mogwin Palace of course. Coolest part about my Ash of War, it actually increases how often bleed will proc, and it basically procs every time I do charge attack. So after buffing myself and screaming, I went into Mogwin Battle Arena. Is this build powerful enough to defeat Mog right now? Well, I would say yes, but am I powerful enough to defeat Mog right now? Well, you see everything on the screen right now, it's just pathetic. So probably I need a little bit more juice to increase my powers. I went to Liurnia of Lakes, to be more precise, exactly the place you see right now. On top of the hill there's a chest with enchanted stone sword key. I can use it to unlock one of the 3 teleports. And from all of the options I get, I will use exactly this teleport to get into very weird location, you may say. But there's a reason, there's really a reason. Yeah, we are in Chapel of Anticipation and we are going for revenge. Yeah, that's basically our initial area. And you should know this boss already. He is not a problem for me, not anymore, at least I hope so. Yeah, definitely. And ornamental stray sword, golden beast crest shield, very good. That's where the area is located, but I'm looking for a very special item. Because now this door is opened near the main chapel, and I can get Stormhawk King. Yeah, it's almost spot the king, but it's Stormhawk King. However, I need to go over here right now, search treasure chest and get Stormhawk Dean. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This hawk will cry when it's summoned into battle. Basically, he's doing war cry, which will increase furthermore my damage. Yeah. And one last piece of equipment that we almost forgot, Highland Axe. Basically, even when it's behind my back, it will increase my charge attack damage. So let's go and take one more strike at Mog. War Cry and summoning Mr. Hawk. Now let's see what Mr. Mog can do. And... oh... oh yeah, that's a critical. Come on. Charge, 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 charge. And secondary charge, I hope I can stun him. And... oh jeez. After another horrible defeat, I decided to go to Leyndell capital. Is this build too weak for late game? Well, as you can see, no. It's a little bit weak versus Mog, at least for now, so I need to make it even more powerful. I defeated this dragonic tree sentinel to get access into capital, and that's a place where I can get loads of cool smithing stones to upgrade my weapon. And while exploring accidentally, I just found Mr. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. He decided not to chat with me and just went straight forward and destroyed me in just few hits. Yeah, that's the bosses in the end game. The next attempt I didn't forget to summon my Stormhawk, and look, I'm stunning him with just 2 attacks and then one-shotting basically. This gave me a last talisman pouch, and I understand that to make my build even more powerful I need to find better talismans. You saw my fight versus Mog the Blood King, and yeah, I will have no shot at this game if my build won't basically 1-2 shot enemies. I mean bosses, of course. And I investigated a little bit more of this area. I found a well, dropped down, and this opened another insane amount of content, because there's actually a city beneath a city, or even 2 cities. Most importantly, there's ruins. This ruins is really long, weird, and I would say even hard. I still don't understand how they work, but basically I hunt monsters and secret doors opens every now and then. There's loads of traps, secret treasures and stuff over here, but most importantly there is a boss in the end of this dungeon, and this boss is Blood Heretic or whoever he is. I'm basically running, charging at him and destroying him in 2 hits. Yeah, that's how I deal with mages with my big great sword. He drops me insane talisman, Lord's Blood's Favor, Lord's Blood Exaltation, sorry, yeah. And this will increase my damage after I inflict blood loss, and I'm inflicting it with every charge attack basically. Then I teleported back to a room where I fought Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. I climbed the tree and went straight to these stairs, because on the top there is another boss, Morgoth the Fell Omen. Oh, a little bit mistake. That's fine. Let's see who is more powerful. And charge. Oh my goodness, I'm missing so much. Can I land a hit? He's jumping so fast. Oh, that's a hit. 1. And second attack. Oh my goodness, 2 hit stun. Jeez, can I land crit? Not enough time, but that's fine. Okay, we're still alive. What's going on? Chill, my friend, chill. Don't do this crazy magic. Oh my god. Yeah, build is really powerful with this talisman. But before going forward, I really need to finish my prerequisites for Lords of the Frenzy Flame ending. So I went back to this series, to these tunnels, and took insanely long road downwards. If you never have been in this place, you will be amazed how big it is. Basically, we're going down below the town for miles, for like 100 floors or even more. And in the end, I'm approaching the boss room. It's the room of Mog the Fell Omen, and it's the same Mog I tried to fight before, but he don't have this crazy blood loss magic. And while he is hard, he got pretty high health pool, he is a lot more manageable, and he's not one-shotting me with just 1 strike. Still, the fight was really close, and while I finished him, he finished me with blood loss effect. Yeah, anyway, this works for me. After defeating him, I went back to his room and touched the wall behind the chest. There is secret passage behind, and just look over here. There's 100 more floors below. Oh my goodness. I tried to do it carefully, but I failed every now and then. Until finally descending, breaking 1 more floor, and then getting off my gear to touch this wall. This is prerequisite to get Lords of Frenzied Flame ending. Behind the wall there's 3 fingers. And after giving myself to 3 fingers basically, I don't know how to say it better, we are ready to become Lord of Frenzied Flame. I like the new look of my character, these shiny eyes. Next stop is winter part of the map, Hilltop of Giants or whatever. This area is GODLIKE. Basically after reaching this mountain hilltops of giants, I went straight to the right part, to ruins. In these ruins there's one really secret and important item I need. In the cellar, of course, like in all other ruins. And it's bell bearing. By giving this bell bearing to a lady in the round table hold, I can buy smithing stones from her. With all the items I collected, it was enough to upgrade my sword to plus 23. And I hope it's enough to meet Mog. Okay, we are ready. So ready. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, jeez, he almost... Oh, heal, please. Please, let me heal. Yeah, we're fine. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. I need to... Oh my goodness, I need to hit him with my charge attack. Let's do it. Oh. Second one. Jeez, he's stunned. He's stunned in 2 attacks. Critical strike. Oh my goodness, Mr. Monk. No, not even close. Not even close. See you later, alligator. After beating Mog and resting at his site of grace, there's a fingers over here. I touch it and I teleport straight to Shadow of the Air Tree. That's the DLC of Elden Ring and it looks amazing. To become more powerful in this area, I need to collect Skadu Tree fragments. I did this because I need to visit few places in here. First one will be this like big church in Templetown ruins. There is a breach in the wall right behind it, and I can enter and made a little bit of parkour and wall gliding. After destroying Guardian in the end of this part, I got my juicy reward, a chest with talisman, 2-handed sword talisman. Now when I wield my weapon in 2 hands, and that's what I'm doing every time, I will deal even more damage. That's the last talisman to make my build overpowered. The last piece of the puzzle is good armor, and I went to Rakshasa dungeon to get her armor, or his armor. And for some reason he's just super overpowered. I miss the hit and he always hits me with 3 hits and I... being destroyed basically. Finally I got him and also his set, which will give me 8% more damage. It gives 2% per piece. So I went back to Hilltop of Giants and basically I'm in the end of it. That's where I found the last piece to become completely overpowered, Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. It's right here in the mouth of this skull. That's my final attributes at the end of the run, and all items I got on me. And I don't need to, but I decided to get back to DLC and beat few bosses over there. Of course, I'm just crushing them. Look at this Relana, she is basically being destroyed with few hits. Actually, 4 hits to destroy this pretty crazy boss. Oh my goodness. And I can do the same with Mesmer. Look at his health, 11k damage. Oh my goodness. If only I could evade his attacks. He's crazy. At this point I basically became a raid boss, or Elden Ring boss if you wish to. I destroy them in 4 shots, but also they destroy me in 4 shots also. So that's pretty crazy, and if you ask me, it's pretty balanced. I was curious how to edit this part. I wanted to make it look like I destroyed him in the first attempt, but hey, in reality it took me a little while. Until I made a hit, he transformed into snake, I avoided his attack and finally stun locked him to the end with this crazy juicy critical strike. A lot of players actually scared of this Elden beast, dancing beast, but my build does not scare at all. Oh my goodness. Just 1 and 2. Oh, he will catch me. Yeah, I don't know how to evade this attack, but I can just hit him once and do this fencing trick after all. Just he's so easy. So can I destroy this bro at first attempt? Let's see. And bam! Oh, doesn't look like. Okay, yeah, he's a little bit more powerful than I remembered. Still, I almost got him in first attempt, but it took me a few more attempts until finally I learned how to evade these stupid meteors and then proccing the bleed for the last hit. After beating DLC, I'm pretty confident to get back to normal game and destroy this fire giant. Yeah, he's not that hard, he's just big fella, but I know how to destroy giants with my giant sword. Pretty easy, by the way. Then I get to the volcano and became kinda like fried chicken, you know, burning kebab or whatever I am. Before finishing the game, you may ask me, can this build deal with Michaela? Yeah, basically I'm going forward and it's stun locking her and she basically got stunned in 2 hits, then critical strike and she's out. Second form, well, same. This Ash of War is crazy. Look how she's stunned, like micro stunned, and then I just finish her off. Insanely easy. This crazy beast, well, to transform into second form, I just need to land 1 hit and then second one. In second form, he's distracted with my Raven, and I just going forward and pushing him down, landing a hit with guaranteed blood loss, and he is out. Godfrey, real Godfrey, not a shade. Same fashion, 2 hits and he is in his second form. That's the form where he cosplays John Cena, and yeah, he basically one-shots me with the slam. Next time I was prepared and instantly ran away. It was enough to make him attack my Raven, so I can land a few free hits on him like this. And of course he failed. Now it's time for the last 2 bosses. And you know what? Most of the time I'm having a lot more problems with this guy than the last boss itself. But with today's build, it doesn't look like he will inflict any trouble to me. Oh my goodness, it's such a joke. I even thought like, come on, there should be a second form. Am I like forgetting something? But no, that's easy like that basically. And now it's time for Elden Beast. Before this guy was really hard, but right now I'm just coming close and trying to hit him as powerful as I can, and yeah, he still can be stunned. So in matter of few nicely landed shots and avoided attacks, I made sure I'm constantly keeping this extra crazy and cool Ash of War. In about like 4 hits he got stunned, and of course it gives me opportunity to land a critical strike. This critical strike deals almost enough damage to finish him off, but he is sneaky, you know, sneaky lizard, and he ran away. What I do? I'm hopping on the horse. Yeah, right now after one of the latest patches, we can actually ride a horse in this fight, and it's a lot more manageable to fight him on a horse, because he always tends to try and get away from us. But on a horse, it's so easy to catch him and finish him off with a sword. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Without any rolls, avoiding attacks and like extra fluffy stuff, I became the Lord of Frenzied Flame and unlocked this rarest achievement in Elden Ring, thanks to my broken build. Watch other cool videos on the screen right now and see you in the next ones.